phones, and I'm good at what I do. But then my dad got sick. Within a month or so, he passed away. I had to call off for my dad's funeral. And that was not a good feeling for me. So just because, that may have been your purpose then, doesn't necessarily mean that's what your lifelong, purpose will be. For me, right, I chose family.
Your passion and your purpose could definitely pay your bills, and you could feel fulfilled while doing it. Maybe there's an opportunity where he can still do the hospital.
Yes.
To pay the bills.
Yes.
And then on the side, be a football coach. Well, hey, welcome to the Skittles&Clink podcast. I'm Skittles.
And I'm Clink.
And thank you all for tuning in. This episode, we're going to be talking about where purpose meets paycheck. Purpose, passion, paycheck, all of those things.
Yes.
Anywho,
we want to say thank you
to
all of our subscribers, everyone that's tuning in, everybody who shared, liked, or subscribed, and subscribed.
Yes.
Right?
And thank you for all the emails. We've been getting a ton of emails.
Yes.
We really appreciate the emails, the text messages, the comments on Facebook. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. Tune in. Let us know what you guys think. We like the feedback that we're getting. Skittles is me, Bible. And I definitely appreciate reading through the comments. The funny thing is we have these shirts. I don't know if you guys noticed. Skittles&Clink. Clink made us shirts.
I did.
Let us know what you guys think about these shirts.
Oh, gosh, because that's one of my passions.
Yes.
I just thought about that. Okay, yes, definitely. It is.
See, it's like it just clicked when I talked about these shirts.
My passion.
I was like, what do you mean you're making us a shirt?
Purpose. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay,
but
yes.
Tell us what you guys think of these shirts. I like them. Tell us if you want one.
Or not.
We might send you a shirt. Just kidding. Okay.
Anyways. Oh my God, we could totally send somebody one.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
It'd be nice.
Yeah. Okay, so look.
Look, do y'all really want to wear us on y'all? I mean, I like it.
Y'all rep Skittles&Clink.
Y'all should rep us.
Okay. All right, so let's get right into it. So today's email is brought to us from one of our male viewers.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
Thank you for the emails. We actually looked through all of them, and we found one from a male viewer. I didn't even know me and watch us. So thank you guys for watching us. It's for everybody. So we're glad that males are watching too.
Yeah. And it ties in perfect to what our topic is today. All right, so it says, hi, Skittles&Clink. I really enjoyed your last episode on parenting. Thank you. It spoke to me in so many ways. I'm reaching out because I'm at a bit of a crossroad in my life. Right now, I work at a hospital. The job pays the bills and keep my family comfortable. But honestly, I feel drained and disconnected from it. Deep down, I feel like my true calling is something that might sound simple. Starting a football team.
Okay.
So I can spend more meaningful time with my boys. I love that.
I do too.
The challenge is I know it wouldn't provide the financial security that my current job does. How do you balance following your passion with providing stability for your family?
You know what I thought about when you were reading that email?
What?
I wonder if he was like an ex-football player, or if he played football in college or something, and maybe that was always his passion, you know? And now that he has a family of boys.
Yeah. Or maybe his passion is
working with youth, kids. Yeah. I can see that.
Because it can change.
It can, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thank you for that email.
Thank you.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a very good question. So I would say one of the things that I thought about when you were reading that email is, does your passion and purpose, will it pay your bills?
Okay.
I want to say it can.
Okay.
I want to say yes. Now, I didn't say it would make you rich.
Right.
But I do believe
But
that
it can, but...
It could. Oh, definitely. I do believe
yeah,
it could.
yeah.
But I definitely feel your passion and your purpose could definitely pay your bills, and you could feel fulfilled while doing it. I think that it also goes back to our last episode, which was on parenting, and it sounds like to me that he's also trying to find a way to be able to spend time with his family, with his children, which I love that for him. I think that maybe he feels the job that he has, it pays the bills.
Yeah.
Which so many times, just in saying that, I think about when we're young, we're like, I want to be a doctor.
Right, because it pays a lot.
Right. And shout out to the doctors, right? And then every now and again, you get your children that are like, Mom, I want to be a dog walker. And you're like, you can't be walking no dogs. That ain't going to pay no bills.
I want to be a Pokemon chaser.
I'm done. And it's like, because they're kids, right? So they're like...
It's their passion.
It's their passion.
In that moment.
In that moment, because they don't realize that there is really bills. And Pokemon chasing and dog walking might not pay your bills. So we them parents that are like, you can't do that. I'm going to need you to get a real job. You know what I mean? And so I think as you get older and in different seasons and in different times, it's so funny because when you're raising children and they come to you with these ideas, that's truly their passion, right?
It is.
Because in that moment, they want to be a Pokemon chaser. I don't know where that came from, or a dog walker.
Somebody told me that. What do you want to be when you grow up? A Pokemon chaser.
For real? Okay, never mind. Listen, kids say the darndest things. Right? So I think in that moment, that's what he wanted to do, right?
What he wanted to do.
But I think it's saying that, like, the innocence of children, parenting, because that was one of his things, is like they tell you these things, and in that moment, that's their passion.
Right.
But as a parent, and our role as to guide them, let's just be real. Most of us, we be pushing our kids into paychecks, right? Like,
we do.
You need to go do this, or why don't you do this, or you should be this when you grow up, or be like your mom, or be like your dad,
right?
Because we know that dog walking ain't gonna pay no bills, or being I don't want to say
Pokemon chaser.
That ain't gonna pay no bills. So our topic this episode is when purpose meets paycheck.
So let me jump in because I like how our supporter put to be able to spend time with family. And I'll just share my experience about do I feel like purpose will be able to pay your bills. I know there was a time in my life when I was working, I'm gonna call it corporate America, but really y'all was working at a call center.
So goofy.
And so I'm working real talk, and I'm doing good. Like, I'm good at what I do. You feel me? And so
you are.
I'm working on the phones, and I'm good at what I do. But then my dad got sick, and within a couple of months of him getting sick, within a month or so, he passed away. And so this job that I was working at, in order for me to attend my dad's funeral, because apparently I took 2 or 3 days while he was in the hospital driving to Tucson to see him before he transitioned, I had to call off for my dad's funeral. And that was not a good feeling for me. And so I decided during that time that I didn't want to work there anymore because I felt like, I think in that moment, I just felt like maybe this job doesn't care about me as much as I'm putting into this job, right?
Right.
And so I went from working at a call center to opening a daycare. Like, literally just did that, right? Now, if y'all watched episode 1, y'all know that I love kids, right? Because I think I said that I always had somebody's kids.
Always.
But I didn't think about a daycare. I didn't think that I would ever own a daycare in that moment. And so I opened up a daycare, and the whole purpose for me opening the daycare was so that I can have the ability to come and go as I please, right? I can take the time as I needed. I didn't have to call off to do the things that were important to me in life. Right. And so I think this goes really well with our viewers' email, because at the end of the day, for me, right, I chose family. I chose family. Was it hard to get started? Yeah, but I wasn't really worried about the money, because for me, the purpose in that moment was for me to be able to have the ability to spend time with my family, right? I didn't have...
And I will say this, you had everyone's children's children anyways.
I did.
Like you were always surrounded by either people who had children and children that you would watch anyways.
Yeah.
So it came naturally?
Yeah, I would say it came naturally, but I don't think that it was something that I said, oh, when I get older, I'm going to open up a daycare.
No, definitely not. No.
But when you bring that into today, where I'm at today, right? Like, let's think about it. So I did the daycare, and I catered to a lot of single moms. Shout out to all my daycare moms. Hopefully you guys are watching.
I was blind. My kids went to her daycare. Yes, I was one of your daycare moms.
Yes. So, so I catered to a lot of single daycare moms, and sometimes they would hit hardship, and I learned compassion. I learned, you know, the ability to be able to see somebody for who they are, and, you know, when they had hardships and when they had things that they were going through, I was there for them. And so I think, like, when you fast forward that, right, in that moment, that was my purpose.
Yeah.
In that moment, I chose purpose, right? But then I got married and I had kids. And then sometimes when you have your own kids, you like, these are kids that don't go home.
That part.
So I was like, daycare, is that something I still want to do? But in the position that I am now, being, you know, in leadership at my church, those skills that I learned then were able to carry me into the purpose that I'm walking in now.
Yeah.
Right? So just because, you know, that may have been your purpose then doesn't necessarily mean that's what your lifelong, you know, purpose will be
change,
right?
Yeah.
You can take, like, because, you know, okay, daycare, but, oh, you're going to be a first lady. Wait, what? How they work together? Like, how do you compare the two, right? And although, you know, being a first lady it's not a job that pays the bills, it's ministry. But there was a lot of skills and things that I acquired as a daycare mom, like that compassion, you know, we, you know, have been able to have compassion on the people of God and, you know, the people that you know, you lead. And so I think a lot of those things that I learned there,
carried over. Definitely carried over.
Help build a foundation for where I am now.
So I definitely think that that's an example of how, which goes into our next question, can your purpose change? Does your purpose change in different stages of your life? I know for me, when I first thought about going to college, I was going for a financial degree. And then I remember life happened and kids started kidding.
They came.
And school started calling. And I was like, what's going on?
Right.
And so I remember this lady talked to me about being a social worker. And the only mindset at the time that I had of social workers was something totally different than I had ever known about what being a social worker meant. Because I had only seen social workers in the capacity of like DCS. So like taking kids from a home, right? Or, you know, in that capacity. I knew nothing about a social worker from the standpoint of being a therapist or getting a master's in social work or working with public health or, you know, even the different levels, you know, from macro to micro to just all different types of social workers. I only knew one type, right? So I think for me, I'd never really looked at being a social worker. And then when I met this lady and she had such an impact on my life and I started to talk to her and I found out she was a social worker, I was like, I'm changing my degree. So I ended up going to school to become a social worker. And I remember when I first started out the journey, I got my bachelor's and then I was thinking about going to get my master's. And I thought that I wanted to work in criminal justice. I wanted to do courts because I was working in the courts at the time and I had been working with children and, you know, and then I was doing crisis and I was like, this is where I want to be.
I remember that.
And I remember like during the season of when Johnny became sick and in the hospital, that no longer was my drive.
Right.
I no longer had the capacity or the passion to do social work in the capacity of criminal justice or crisis because most likely I'm thinking I was in crisis myself. So I just didn't have the capacity to be able to do it.
Okay.
So And I just didn't find happiness in it, if I'm being honest. I used to look forward to waking up every morning, going into the courts, you know, taking a crisis call. I was fulfilled in doing that. But, you know, after I went through my own traumatic situation, I didn't feel fulfilled in that. And so I didn't even have a desire to get up and do it anymore, if I'm being honest. So I think for me, life switched when I started working with kids, which was an area that I never wanted to work in. But I remember showing up and working with these kids, and then finally I remembered the excitement that I had lost. You know, like my purpose came back, and I started meeting families and working with families, and this excitement started to brew back up in me. You know, I started to feel fulfilled again. And then out of that became creativity of how can this pay the bills? Because now also life looked different for me. You know, so I had to become creative. But I was so driven in what was making me happy and what was my passion and my purpose that the creativity came. So that's why I do feel paycheck, purpose, and passion can go together. I definitely think they can all meet, and you can survive and thrive even. For something if you feel fulfilled in it and it is your passion.
I agree. I think a lot of times, and that's really good. I'm glad that you said that, because when you're walking in purpose, you can be creative. You know, I'm just thinking about all the times I was trying to find my purpose, baby.
That part.
When I say I got the gift of gab, so
you do.
I literally, when I say I started out selling Melaleuca.
What is Melaleuca?
Girl, prepaid legal.
Yes, I remember that.
I was a Mary Kay consultant.
Definitely was Mary Kay. I had to try out all these things with her.
Origami owl.
I remember that. Had to buy all the little charms and bracelets to support.
I was trying to find a way out, y'all. But remember, like, it was like all these things, and I was like, oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. Oh, I could do that. And I don't want to say, okay, I won't say that I was searching for purpose.
I would say you were
things.
searching for purpose. And I think that's okay. I think sometimes we are searching.
Or I think what it is you see somebody else doing it, and you see they're fulfilled in it. So you feel like, oh, let me do that.
Let me try it.
Let me try it. Right?
And I think also that's a good point, because I think sometimes we're so busy looking at other people. So you have to remember, take your eyes off other people. Truly ask God or search or get in tune or meditate with what really is your passion. Because somebody else's passion can be selling real estate. And they can do it and be a multimillionaire because it's their passion. They're good at it.
They're good.
So their passion makes room for them. You know what I mean? So you trying to copy them. And you ain't sold one house in a year. That might not be for you.
It ain't.
It
ain't. It's not for you.
I don't know, but
friend, it's not for you.
You ain't right.
Okay, go get another license.
But or be a friend like me who supported her through all her Mary Kay, Amagami Owl, the other stuff she named that I don't even. Melaleuca, you said?
Yeah, I did. Melaleuca.
What was Melaleuca?
Girl, Google it.
That sounds like a laxative.
No, stop.
It do.
They have great products.
Oh,
it's like
I don't know what it is.
It's all natural detergent and stuff.
Oh,
that was a long time ago.
Okay, do they even exist?
I don't.
Somebody let us know. I don't even know if they still exist.
But I sold it.
But that's how long we've been friends. I done supported her
all
this stuff.
I gotta check, y'all.
So I think you were searching for your passion. You were looking for purpose and passion.
Yes.
And trying to pay the bills.
Yeah.
If I can be honest. Because we all trying to pay the bills. Let's be honest.
We
We're
are
all trying to pay the bills. So
and be happy. I
and
think
be happy.
So that's so funny you say that. Okay, so after I did the daycare, I ended up going back to corporate America, where I'm in leadership at my job now, and I absolutely love it. I have the flexibility that I need in order to do the things that I want. So I love it. I love the people that I work with. But I'm passionate about like my creative side. Like I'm passionate about making t-shirts.
Always making shirts, cups.
I am.
Something.
I love doing it. So that's like my
Passion.
My passion, and I do it on the side,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Is there a possibility that I can do it and quit my job? Absolutely, I'm sure
Maybe
there
one
is.
day, yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah,
But
sure.
the reality is, I mean, I'm passionate about doing it on the side.
Yeah, because if you had to do it all the time,
maybe I wouldn't be as passionate about it.
Say.
But I help people like when I do it, because there's times where people will call and say, "Oh, hey, oh my God." There's times people call and they'll say, "Hey, I need you to make, this many shirts or whatever." And like when I find out like what the purpose of the shirts are, I'm like, okay, yeah, I gotta make these.
Yeah.
Like I gotta make these. And then I'm excited when they tell me what their vision is, and then I could bring that vision to life. It's like an adrenaline rush. I'm like, yes, let's do that. And I think because for so long I just thought I was the most non-creative person.
Really?
I did. So then when I think maybe that's why it's so fulfilling for me.
Yeah.
Because then when I show a design and they're like, "Oh my God, I love that."
I've always seen you as creative. Always. Like to me, you're very artsy, artistic. Like you can put things together. Like I've always seen that. That's interesting.
Well, I see it for myself now.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
You see, that's what I'm saying.
So I would say then it's funny because I think also too you answered his question.
Yeah.
And maybe there's an opportunity where he can still do the hospital.
Yes.
To pay the bills.
Yes.
And then on the side, be a football coach. And maybe it's not his own football team, but start with maybe volunteering as a coach or an assistant coach. Yeah.
Yes.
And then that's that time where it's you and your sons.
Yes.
Or you and your family.
Yeah.
And you're still able to pay the bills. Because remember, y'all, we don't want to add stress to our family. And maybe trying to quit the job at the hospital and doing that full time is just not something he can do right now.
But I'll tell you what, shout out to the father that actually wants to take care of his kids and his wife.
Amazing.
Like, we just gonna, because that in itself,
says a lot.
Yeah, it says a lot.
That you even want to look for an opportunity to spend extra time with
your family.
Your boys.
Yeah.
An impact in their lives. Because it's important.
It is.
It's definitely important. So I think I would say purpose and paycheck can go together, and you can do both.
Yeah, you can.
You can do both.
You can. What your purpose is may not yield in that moment the paycheck that you want. I remember hearing a word and the word was, "This is the why," right? And so sometimes we may not understand in that moment why we're going through what we're going through. But then later down the road, then you're like, "Oh, that's the why." I
can see that, yeah.
That's the why.
Especially when it comes to purpose, because so many times we look at like, why me? And then when you find out that what you're going through could actually help someone else, then you get to and I will say this, in our humanness, we do need to get past that moment, right? Like come out of it and then you're like, oh, that's why.
You got 5 minutes. Get out your feelings.
Right.
And then, oh, that's why.
That's why.
That's why.
And sometimes you may not see the why right away. So the why, you guys, is me saying you may not see the purpose right away.
Yeah.
And so I think go with it. Because you don't know, like in your case, you didn't know that you were going to be working with women in a church or men in a church or people in a church, that they go there to get help or to feel fulfilled, or we all come with different situations. And in my case, at different levels of. So, you didn't know the why. Right. But now you know your purpose.
Yeah.
And so I think for me, as being your friend, that's one thing I will say is, you've always shown compassion to me. You've always been the one that's like not judgmental, or you can love and meet people where they are. Yeah. So that was your purpose. Yeah. But also too, I think it took that issue with not being able to go to your father's funeral
to see that.
So sometimes, and I think about COVID. I feel like COVID, you guys, birthed out so many new projects for people.
Mm-hmm.
So many ideas that people did not know that we could do.
Yeah.
I mean, think about just how many companies went from working inside of a company to working at home.
At home. Mm-hmm.
Like places that you never would have thought of. I
Right.
remember at the time I was working in the courts and we was doing court from home.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think like during that time we all had to adapt.
Yeah.
We had to, people's lives changed,
Yeah.
you know, drastically. But I think one thing that came out of that is you could find different ideas, different purposes, you know, different creativities that we didn't have before.
Yeah.
So I think.
I taught my daughter how to crochet.
Did you?
During COVID.
I taught myself how to do my own nails.
And it helps her with anxiety.
Really?
Yeah. So that's something that she can do that, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot came from that. A lot came from that. So what is your takeaway on this episode? This is a hard topic though.
It is.
It was. Being honest, it was a hard topic.
And I think I want to say this because I know you mentioned, you know, your purpose. And I want to be clear when I say, you know, we may have one purpose, but God has a purpose for us all. Right? And so we definitely want to find out what that purpose is and walk in that. And for me, right, walking in God's purpose for my life just reassures me that, you know, I won't fail. I won't fail, right? Because it's God's purpose for my life. And he has a purpose and a plan for each of our lives. We may not understand it right in this moment.
I agree
but
with
just
that.
know that you won't fail when you walk in God's purpose.
And I feel like sometimes God uses situations to push us into our purpose.
Listen.
Like angles and ways you don't be wanting to go, and then all of a sudden you end up there and you like
what they say, you can go voluntary or you can go involuntary.
Right.
Oh, but you going.
Yeah. That part, you know, like you end up somewhere that you never saw yourself. You know? And I think that's the amazing thing about it is it all comes to life.
It does.
It all comes together. I think that's the amazing thing about it.
Yeah. And just knowing that, you know, whatever purpose or gift that you may have, you know, as long as you're walking in God's purpose for your life, it's going to make room for you. So my takeaway is going to be Proverbs 18:16. It says your gift will make room for you and put you before great men. So just know that, you know, it may look like right now, you know, that you're not being successful or productive in what you're doing. But, you know, at any moment that it's going to open up. And that gift that God has placed in you will make room for you. And then you'll be put before great men. You're going to prosper because of it. I believe that.
I like that. First lady always got a word.
That's my takeaway. What's your takeaway?
That's my first lady. Not really, but really. My takeaway is don't be afraid to explore your passions.
Okay.
Explore different purposes.
Yes.
I think the biggest thing that I remember about you is you would try different things. And another thing I would say about me, I tried many different businesses and many different ideas.
You remember when you was a waitress?
I was a waitress. You remember that?
I do.
I thought I wanted to wait tables. I liked it.
I know, it's fulfilling.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Because you want to help people.
Yeah, but think about it. Every job I've had, that's always been, and it's so funny because sometimes I talk to people and they're like, you waited tables? I was a waitress. I did crisis. I did terrors. I was an advocate for teenage pregnant girls, which is so amazing. That was one of my favorites.
Yes.
Because I was a teenage pregnant young lady, girl, teen. Yes. And I remember like helping them was amazing because I was able to tell them, like, okay, you do this, this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
And not only just telling them, but I was able to be an example.
Yes.
You know, and show them, like, no, I still graduated from high school. I still graduated from college. We're going to try this. We're going to try that.
Yeah.
You know, I did so many different things looking for my purpose. And I remember I didn't really feel like I had a purpose. If I'm being honest, I never felt like I had a purpose. I just was like, I think I was chasing a paycheck, if I'm being real.
Yeah.
So that's why I said sometimes you find yourself in that area, like you're pushed into it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's still all a part of the plan.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway.
I love that.
That's my takeaway.
So, hey guys, how about you guys jump into the comments and tell us when maybe your purpose met a paycheck?
Yeah.
Or when you were searching for the paycheck but found your purpose?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Jump in the comments and tell us about a time.
Let us know.
We'd love to hear about it. But for now, that's our time.
Yes.
Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode on When Purpose Meets Paycheck. We look forward to you guys tuning in next week.
Yes, please tune in for next week, next Thursday, 6 o'clock. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
And thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in to the Skittles and Clink podcast.
Bye,
See you
guys.
next week. Bye.